Shoo. Alright. We're back. We're in episode 7. Likely the finale. What happened last time is y'all got all kinds of ready. Got all your, like, FBI gear on. The people that wanted to wear it made sure you had guns if you needed them.
I forgot.
Yeah. And headed to the house during the daytime. You began to explore the house a little. Some small mishaps happened. The garage that smelled like barbecue. Some chopping of wood sounds. A penny got kicked into a mirror, if I remember correctly. And then y'all decided y'all needed some protection. And so Yen set up an occultic ritual that should have some sort of protection from.
It definitely worked.
So
it definitely went
Waffles.
fine.
But that was the saddest peace sign I have ever seen from Maria. That was just
Yeah.
Me trying to disguise. Nothing happened. It's fine.
Sorry, please continue.
No, that's all good. Yeah, and then y'all, as the ritual went on, what they had used to make the ritual circle began to shift form, and each of you began slowly falling unconscious. One after the other. Alright, that's where I'll pick us up.
God. Off the floor where we passed out.
Off the floor. I'll pick you right up off the floor with the dark man.
Oh, God.
Wait, never mind. I'm good on the floor.
As each of you begins to fall unconscious, we watch times of the past play out in ghostly silhouettes around you. Furniture is set up in different places. An odd light shines through the window because it's a different time of year. We see a woman in a wheelchair smiling as she stands up. An older lady with wrinkled skin beyond what seems to be her age helping her out of the chair. All the motions fast forward, each of these silhouettes flying through as if fast forward on a VCR, as we see the same wrinkled old lady chanting in what seems to be some older version of Latin or Italian, but definitely not a language of today. We hear the same lady from the wheelchair, now not in it, shriek out and denounce something. We hear the end of the word no cut off as a smoky figure towers above her. A pulse of energy rings out, and you all feel yourselves begin to come to. Maya.
I'm good. You can go to someone else's.
Get someone else to do.
Get somebody else to do it.
You open your eyes and look around and find yourself alone. An odd reverberation seems to play through the air, like a hum so loud it vibrates through your skin. It feels heavy. It feels dangerous. You hear, in the back of your mind, a deep, low laugh, followed by the word protection. Yin, you try to open your eyes but can't. Don't even have the energy to do that currently. But you do hear the word protection, followed by a low chuckle. The only thing humans need protection from are themselves.
You said I opened my eyes?
Yeah, this is all kind of happening at the same exact time. But if you want to do something, feel free.
No, that's fine. I'll let you.
Yeah, you open your eyes. Amber, you hear the word themselves begin to taper off. But this is a dream, right? You're asleep. You remember Wait. You didn't run tonight? You didn't even try to go to sleep. Your heart skips a beat as you try to move, unable to. You feel a weight, yet your body is asleep. Noreen, you look around, not quite believing what's just happened, and see everyone passed out on the ground around this ritual circle. You blink and swear that one of them out of their periphery was missing some of the skin on their face. Nope, no, Maya's fine. They're all fine. Each of you, in separate realities, I'll hear the following words. To seek protection from that which you know not is to shut out future possibilities. Upon you all, darkness shall fall. All of you, as you hear this, begin to wake up actually around each other. And from outside the house, we see a very quick fast forwarding of time as you all look up, and it's quite dark in the house. It is nighttime.
Of course it is. Freaking course it is. Cool. When I opened my eyes in this sleep space, was I in the house?
Yes. You were in the house as if in today's time, just nobody else was around you.
And is there anything different as we wake up right now? The ritual circle, wood fireplace.
The ritual circle is different. It's what y'all saw it changing into, like this odd occultic looking shape. Aside from that, nothing else is different that you can see, but everyone can give me an awareness check.
One very particular question.
Yeah.
Is the door to the backyard from the living room still open?
No, it's closed.
Oh, great. Cool.
Alertness.
Alertness, yeah.
And I assume none of our stats increased from last time since it's...
No. This was not a real sleep.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, that's an 85 over 40.
Nice. You can mark it if it's not marked.
Oh, it already is.
I got an 11 under 20.
Look at you.
That's a crit success.
Wow.
Let's go.
I got a 29 over 21, and it's already marked, so.
Okay.
I got exactly 21 out of 21.
That's a success then. All right. Fair. And again, as you begin to wake up, you smell like the faint scent of gas coming from the kitchen.
Do any of you smell that?
Smell what?
Yeah, there.
Gasoline. Gas.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's from over there, and I'll just kind of gesture vaguely towards the kitchen.
I try to get
That's
up
not good.
way too fast for like my head, and try to like scramble out of this circle.
Yeah. I mean, you are able to scramble out of the circle. You like almost fall twice. You're like almost like bear crawling across the floor, but you eventually get up to your feet against a wall.
Army crawl.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't smell anything.
It
I'm
doesn't
gonna-
matter. We need to get out of here.
Making my way like against the wall to the door, and just gonna try to open it.
Okay. Yeah, you go to open it. It won't budge.
Fuck is like the loudest thing.
I feel like we all cursed, but nobody's surprised either. We're like, oh fuck. It was like, but we saw it coming because we've all seen this fucking movie.
It's
So
not opening. It's not opening.
I'll go ahead and tell you too. It's an odd not opening. It's not jostling.
Yeah, I'm assuming like I'm trying the lock and like I'm trying everything.
Yeah. The lock moves. You can lock it, unlock it, but like when you go to move it, like it doesn't even you can't even jar the door.
Is there
It's like
anything?
somebody painted a door on the wall.
Basically, yeah, that's what it feels like.
Is there like a stone or like a sculpture or something that I'm gonna try to smash the door of the window open?
Yeah, easy enough.
No. Wait, no,
Yeah.
the window of the door open. There you go.
Yeah.
It's the door of the window.
Yeah.
now.
That's all it is.
Doors are the window to the soul.
Yep.
Gas stench is getting heavier. You can now smell it.
I'm gonna head towards the kitchen.
I start covering.
Yeah, Amber and Maya. But you can find a statue easy enough.
Okay.
You just like throw it at the window.
I'm smashing it.
Okay, not trying to smash it in. It's like it's bouncing off as if it's plexiglass.
I'll let somebody else go before
I'm heading to the
grab
kitchen.
my gun.
Okay.
I'm heading
Yeah,
to
you
the
run into
kitchen.
the kitchen.
We did establish we brought flashlights with us, right?
Yes.
That feels like a common
Yes.
sense thing that we would have done.
yeah, we
okay.
did.
Excellent. I'm gonna grab mine then and go towards the kitchen.
Okay. Anyone else?
I think at this point, if it's not opening and I'm like seeing this, how dark is it in here? Is there any light coming from outside?
Roll a luck roll.
Great. Oh, 49.
Okay. I mean, that's a success. Yeah, it seems to be like, we'll say like it's waning just off of full moon. So like there is a little light coming through windows. It's obviously like there's no like street lights blaring in or anything. So it is dark, but
Yeah, it's like pretty dark, but dim light. I will look at the door one last time, realize it's probably not the safest bet to it crosses Maya's mind, but she's not going to try to shoot the bouncy window. And she's going to go just get closer to Noreen at this point. Like, pairs of two, absolutely not leaving Noreen's side for the current moment. And I will pull out my phone.
okay. Amber, Noreen.
If Maya's trying to break the glass but can't break the glass, right?
Yes.
And we have flashlights. I have a question about the flashlights. Are these like your simple everyday flashlights, or are these mag lights, considering that we got them out of an FBI van?
Yeah, we'll call them mag lights.
Okay. How close is the nearest door? Wait a minute. There should be a map up here.
Yeah.
Where are we
near-
in this?
The nearest
the-
door.
Den. Here-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, the nearest door is this. Oh, sorry, this back door right beside the fireplace.
Okay. Then I would see if this door has a doorknob, and see if I can use the mag light to break the doorknob.
Okay. Yeah, you do kind of like as Maya is hitting at this plexiglass like above the door, you go to hit the doorknob with the mag light, the same like on the same door, and kind of the same thing. Like it's a metal doorknob, but you don't even hear metal on metal clinking. It's as if you're hitting like the hardest and yet softest plastic ever. When you hit this doorknob, it feels like there's no resistance as if metal should be there. You feel like a little give and you just feel it bounce off.
Okay.
I think instead of trying the kitchen door, I just want to go over to the garage door and see if it's hot. Because we had that barbecue smell and everything from there. And I just want to
Sure.
like check to see if there are any. I guess I just wanted to check to see if there's any fires like anywhere that could pose a problem since this house is filling up with gas.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you kind of go around, starting at the garage, begin to check doors for heat.
Yeah.
Say you're smart enough and trained enough to use like the back of your hand like you're supposed to. You're not gonna burn yourself on a doorknob.
Yeah.
I'm close behind.
Yeah, let me know if you plan to open any doors, but as you're going and checking every door with your hand and stuff, no, you don't feel any unnecessary heat or anything.
Okay. I think I do want to open the garage doors just to see like, because we had that smell in there, and I just want to see if like there's anything that's changed since we've been knocked out.
Okay. You go to open the garage door, and you are blasted by like this almost strobe light effect, and you see the silhouette of a person like holding onto some wires. I need a psyche roll.
Nope. Great.
I have a feeling we're gonna do a lot of
What's my
psyche rolls
fucking
tonight.
Psyche? Hold on. I think I did well this time. Where is it? Oh, yes. 41 under 51.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you like shield your eye. You shield your eyes from the light for a second and look back, and there's no person there. It's just a vision.
Did it seem like that brief glimpse that I got? Did it seem like somebody was being electrocuted?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can kind of think like y'all have heard stories that somebody was electrocuted in the garage. It was the one that died at 2:30 a.m.
Yeah, it also
And-
explains the barbecue smell. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, can I pull out my phone?
Let's get to Ian real quick.
Oh,
and
sorry.
then I will. Yeah. Okay, Ian, you go into the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. I'm
do
heading
you want- what would
towards
you
the
like to do?
stove because that's the first place my mind goes to when I think gas.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll roll over your awareness check. Alertness. I keep calling it awareness. I'll roll over your alertness check, and you hear this like
Oh.
this little clicking sound.
Great.
That's an igniter. Cool. Yeah. I wanna go to that stove then and make sure that all
Okay.
those knobs are off.
Sure. Yeah, you go, you double check all the knobs. You feel the last one just like turn past off. You pull your hand away and something sticky. You look for a second, and your hand is like covered in blood. I need a psyche roll.
Oh, yum. Great.
Great.
Good.
The matter of factness of how Waffles tells us this is just
It's making it even better.
It's-
Critical success, 33 under 74.
Okay.
worse, is what I was going for. But yeah.
Oh, the dichotomy of the human experience, everyone.
Unlike Noreen, the blood is actually on your hand. You still lose one psyche.
Great. Makes sense.
Okay. Maya, you pull out your phone. You don't hear the clicking anymore.
Okay.
The smell of gas seems to be the same for everyone. Except Amber. It is beginning to go away.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, good.
No, go ahead.
What time is it? What time does my phone say it is?
Your phone says it is like 1:14 a.m.
I'm calling that out to the house. Like 114. Is there signal?
Yeah.
I'm calling the handler. Try to call the handler.
It's one of those things like Maya's not even looking at me, but there's just like an affirmative nod from where I happen to be of being like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Yeah. You give a call. Ring, ring. What? It sounds sleepy.
Do you remember calling us the other night?
No.
Thank fuck. Listen, we're stuck in the house. Yen did a fucking ritual circle. It turns on us, and we cannot get out of here.
Okay. I mean, we're all agents are at least hours out. I mean, try to get out.
We're gonna try to get out, but listen, just look. There is one ritual, all right, that we found that can get rid of this thing, and it needs a fucking human sacrifice, and I ain't doing that here. So if you want to get this thing gone, find some criminal on fucking death sentence to do that fucking thing for you, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I'll work at it the best I can to get y'all sent something. It has to be. And he stops. Look.
Were you gonna say it has to be a willing individual? Was that what you were about to say? All right.
I mean, because
Maya's super sus of him.
No, that is not what I was gonna say. I'll tell you with your human, you get the sense that he was gonna say it would have to be someone that can just disappear, not even on government records. Like even a death row inmate probably wouldn't fit.
Yeah. Maya doesn't. Yeah, for sure. Maya's almost purposefully changes that subject immediately to she doesn't want to know. That was her best bet.
Yeah. And then he you hear his tone shift as he seems to come back to grasp with where he's supposed to be, a little, and not as woken up and shaken. And it's look, this is y'all's job. Get out of the house, make a decision. Let me know how you wrap it up. If you're in charge, if you have the phone, and you have to, pick one of them. And he clicks.
Yen at that moment is going to get a text message.
I.
Just for dramatic effect. Hey Yen, you didn't happen to bring that bowl, did you?
Where is Amber standing?
This is me echoing my voice through your phone, right?
So it's right. But that's I'm reading it. But where is Amber standing in the house? Are you in the den?
He's in front of the door right now.
Yeah, I would be in the den still. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll take 2 steps over and just peer around the corner and look at you, holding the phone in my hand, and look at you with a squinting
what the
quizzical look and say with my voice, yes.
Good, because we might have need of it, and it's just another text message on your phone.
There's you see Yen reading it, and they with their head still down, they their eyes shoot up towards you, and then they text back, yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Noreen and Maya are kind of off by the garage door right now, right?
Yeah.
I shoot a very uncomfortable look down the hallway to the main room.
Yep.
I'm gonna whisper to Noreen. I want a very, very secret private communication with Noreen.
You better pull out your phone and text.
we stage whisper so loudly.
I might actually do that thing where you're standing right next to the person and you're typing on your phone, but you never hit send. You then erase after I just show it to you.
Yes. You open that notepad up.
Yes.
And it's not for an apology this time.
No. It's this moment where and you see after the phone call, you hear it shut off, the light on the phone goes away when the call ends, and Maya's holding it for another millisecond, another heartbeat. And then she looks uncomfortably down the hallway, then down to where everybody else is. And there's this pause, and then she pulls out her phone and it just writes, The handler said to pick one of them for the ritual, and that it's on us. ...
I think Noreen will stare at that for a long time, for like a long beat. And then take it and write back, "Are you sure it was them?"
I nod to you silently.
And then I'll ask, "What do you want to do?"
Like, at this point, Maya just kind of whispers, "Don't fucking ask me that. I don't know. Noreen, I don't know." And I'll just kind of like, if Noreen follows, like, we'll head back to, like, basically Noreen's in on this now as well, but that's it.
Yep. At this point, the gas smell begins to fade for both Maya and Noreen. Yin, you still smell it relatively strongly, and after about 2 more minutes, it begins to fade for you.
What does that mean? What the fuck?
I'm standing in the kitchen where the smell is the worst, probably, hopefully, crossing fingers, maybe.
That's too logical of an explanation.
Listen, sometimes logic is the best medicine.
They say after the ritual fails.
Yeah, I'm heading back over that direction, by the way.
They
Towards
say
the
after
circle.
they pulled their hand away from the stove and fresh blood came off.
Listen, that's now part of my pants. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
That's my pants problem. I wear black pants for a reason.
Okay. Yeah, y'all all probably reconvene around her in the den.
Is there?
If worse does come to actual worse, I need y'all to do it, and then get out of here.
Is that a text?
I assume this is a text with the wonderful echo voice.
But to who? Just to Yen?
Yeah. Yen reads it and then very quickly just puts the phone away, doesn't send any kind of reply, doesn't give you any kind of eye contact, doesn't say anything or anything. I'm going back to study the ritual circle again.
Okay.
When we brought stuff into the house, backpacks, whatever it is that would likely be big enough to contain the materials for the ritual,
Yep.
where would that be right now? Would that be on a backpack on the floor somewhere? Would that be on somebody's person, just so that I could be aware?
That is up to y'all. I assume one of y'all had it on, but if y'all had like set it down in the corner in the den to look around the house, that's valid too.
A question. Do I see Yen going to do a thing? Like, is Yen being secretive in their motions?
No, I'm just going back into the den to roughly where you are, to wherever that circle was on the ground.
Oh, so like the protection circle that you made.
The circle that now exists on the floor. It's definitely not the one I made. But yeah, I'm going to that circle, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as the bag goes, that's up to you.
Then I'm absolutely going to follow you to the circle.
Okay. If the group agrees, Yen would have wanted to just keep it in their bag because they feel like they're the one that kind of had the most knowledge of what this whole occultish stuff, and probably would have had their bag on them this whole... Well, no, they would have taken their bag off and put it next to the circle. So that's probably where they're going then, is to their bag next to the circle in the den, if that works with everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on. Wait, we have this.
It was
affirmative.
It was truly easier for me to just put a thumbs up.
Listen, in these trying times, I get it.
What are you doing with your... we're coming back into the room as well, so I think all of us are now in the den.
Yeah.
What is Yen actually doing?
Yen is pulling out their notebook and is trying to compare this circle, or whatever's left of it after everybody kind of like ran around and freaked out, to some very old notes towards the beginning of their notebook. For the audience and keeper's perspective and the players, this is the first time they'd seen this thing, presumably.
Yep.
They're
We saw
comparing
it in
and
the
contrasting
too.
notes. Yep, filling in things they didn't see the last time, or, you know.
Yeah. I mean, easy enough. You're looking down, you're comparing it. It is exactly the same.
Okay.
And so like you can like you fill in like a couple of lines you were missing, but like 85% of it's the same, and you assume you just missed those last time rather than like there's an addition this time, and you can
Right.
kind of like that makes sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you just taking notes?
Yen will like clap the book closed, and still looking at the circle, say, I've seen this before.
Was it a protective circle?
No. I know just to clarify, Waffles, I didn't make it the first time either, right?
No, you
It changed
were
into this
practicing
last-
other like
Okay.
you do like protection rituals and like you do a lot of smaller stuff, and it also something messed up last time, and this
Okay.
very same sign appeared.
Okay. No, the last time, it was kind of the same situation. I did something, and this happened instead. But something talked to me last time too, so...
Maya's like, looks to Noreen and is just like, stop me from losing my shit right now.
Yen-
Marina's
Yen looks-
100% Arthur meme with the fist.
Yen looks a bit flustered, a little bit confused, but doesn't look scared yet. At least not visibly. Doesn't in the comparison of Yen to Maya, there's an absolute just Grand Canyon divide. They're looking more like confused and perplexed than like actually how terrified you probably should be in this situation.
What does the circle mean?
I've been trying to figure that out for the last handful of years, and trying to talk to whatever it was that was out there, and obviously wanted to talk to me.
You all hear the front door slam shut.
Shut? It was open?
Yeah. For a second you
never-
thought, and then you begin to hear footsteps.
I feel like
So,
I feel like before we hear the door slam shut, and Narina's about to say, just because something talks to you doesn't mean you need to talk back. Okay. Like, it's not all good, alright.
At the footsteps, because we're in the den, and if you look at the map to like the front door, there is line of sight.
Depending where you are, yeah, but yeah.
When we were walking by the first time, it was closed, so it like opened and
closed.
then closed.
Yeah.
As if someone walked it.
Yeah. I think
You hear like two footsteps, and then you begin to hear like shuffling of what's maybe like metal or plastic.
I backed
I'm going
the
to
fuck
ask-
up into a corner.
I'm gonna ask the very simple question. Not simple at all. Hey, because this is an occulty thing, does this look like an occulty thing that I might have run into at some point?
The thing on the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me an occultic roll.
Give me all the answers to my questions, please.
Don't worry about the
That
front door.
is, that is a 19 under 31.
Okay.
Yes, baby.
It feels familiar. It's about all you get. You look at it, it's like this. It's almost like that deja vu sense of feels familiar. You can't place it. You don't know where it feels familiar from, but it feels familiar like the bottom of your foot does. Like you've seen it a couple of times in your life. You just don't know when.
So I can remember that I have seen it, but not when or where I've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too familiar to not have seen it. Whether that's Delta Green papers or in a dream or any kind of things. You have no clue.
This seems familiar in a way I don't like.
You say that out loud.
I do.
I'm waving everybody. I went to the corner by the door, and I am literally just like silently like trying to do this to like get people to move away.
We all heard the sound coming from the foyer, right? The front door.
Yeah. Yep. The door
Jen's
slam.
just gonna like pivot because I imagine that they had kind of like squatted down next to the circle. They're just gonna pivot in their squatting position and point their flashlight that direction.
Okay. Yeah, between the sound and that flashlight, you hear a voice kind of speak up. Is there somebody in here? You would know, Yin, that it's Professor Yara.
What's he doing here?
Shoot. I don't remember if I said if Yen brought a gun or not. I don't think they did.
Someone brought a gun.
I do.
I know Maya has a gun.
I think 2 of y'all have guns and 2 of y'all don't, from what I remember.
Green absolutely got a gun.
I think
Okay.
you very
Yeah,
specifically
and
said
they-
you did not.
Me? Okay,
Yeah.
it's okay. That's what I was trying to remember. I think I did have one of the like smack sticks
Mhm.
though. I
Batons.
think that's what we were rocking. Okay, cool. Flashlight's still out. I'm gonna grab that baton and like shoot a nervous side eye over at Amber and then say,
Now they're nervous.
Professor?
Yes, is this the one I talked to on the phone the other day? A little more like
yes.
metal and plastic shuffling.
How did you get in here?
The door was open.
A glance over my shoulder towards Maya, who I'm sure is in a
begins-
helpful state right now.
He begins to walk through the opening in the foyer, kind of like
You.
shields his eyes from the light.
I'll like
and-
move the
Before-
light
wait,
down
I
slightly
wanna-
towards like.
I want to say this because if you
Okay.
don't walk into like the area and stuff, I would like to get into a position where I can be helpful to Yen without being seen.
Okay.
Hmm.
You want to tabletop him into the sacrifice circle. Got it.
Can I have Yen make me an alertness when they looked over at Maya?
Dun, 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 dun. It sucked.
Cool.
Great.
Yeah, he's shielding his eyes right now. And
Yeah.
You see in like his right hand this like, it looks like, actually Yin, you would know this piece of equipment. It's like an electromagnetic wave reader.
Oh. Yeah, Yen would move the light down so it's not like blasting in their face. But still, pointed generally towards them. I don't know if you should be here, honestly.
I thought the last time I called it, you said I could check out the house when I wanted.
Right. We
Was that actually Yen?
are you saying that? Out loud?
No.
No, there's a player, I think.
Yeah. Sorry.
Um
Out of character.
so
'Cause we
I
know the house calls
said
people.
Right. I said yeah, I think I did make mention cuz they were interested in the house as well. And I think it was kind of like a non-committal like yeah, sure, whatever kind of thing. That's how I remember saying it. So that's how I'm going to say it happened.
I remember the scene in my head is like y'all are in the apartment, and I remember when you said like yeah, you can yeah, sure. I remember all of the other players being like, "No, what are you doing?"
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Great.
But like my thing is though, I'm just like, why did you choose this night of all night? You
Exactly.
had plenty of days to show up,
Exactly.
and now all of a sudden you here.
Exactly. The house is bad.
The math ain't mathin'.
Professor, we haven't been able to get out of the house.
Really?
Also, it's 1:30 in the fucking morning. Sorry.
Does Maya say
No, I just thought of that. Sorry, go ahead.
Well,
it is also very, very early.
He is not
If you
concerned enough for
remember,
me.
he was very adamant about going at the nighttime alone.
I don't know. I
Yes,
think
he was one of the
handler.
ones that was like, no, he was one of the ones that was like, was talking about the
Insisting
best
on
time to
going
contact
at night.
spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Can
we were
I-
going to contact anything, the best time would be, in general, not with this house specifically, but in general, the best time to go to a place to do a thing is at night and preferably alone.
Yep.
So, can I roll for? I'm guessing this is human for that sort of thing. Can I do a vibe check? And I need a vibe check at this point on everyone.
Okay.
Ooh, someone is
Yeah.
suspicious.
Yeah, give me that vibe check. We'll just kind of roll it over for everyone, so we're not rolling a whole bunch, and I'll let each
Okay.
player kind of tell them what's up, or tell you what's up.
That is a 45 under 50.
Okay.
Ooh.
So if y'all want to roll something, like if y'all trying to be deceptive or something, feel free to roll and keep it to yourself. Just tell Amber what's up.
And this is human, so this is vibes, not visual, not anything really like that.
Like what is it human like things like nonverbal stuff like
Like
Yeah.
psyche,
Body language and
body language,
things like that?
Yeah, it's like body language, tone of voice, that kind of like you're reading more into the person and their intent rather than the actual words coming out of their mouth.
Mhm.
I'll tell you, Emil Yarrow, the professor, seems just as surprised to find y'all here as you are to find him here. He seemed actually surprised to hear that he couldn't get out of the house because he just walked in. And he has this electromagnetic reader, and you assume he was planning to walk around this house alone and try to find some waves.
Okay.
But all the players can go.
What am I doing?
Oh,
Just-
just telling
Tell me
Amber
what the vibe is.
what your vibe is right now.
Telling Amber
What
what
vibe would
Noreen's
Amber
vibe
see?
is.
Nervous, a little angry, has her gun at the ready. Definitely not trusted of this new addition to the group.
Gun
at
at the
all.
ready. Is that in holster or out of holster?
Out of holster.
Okay.
But like, with gun safety or whatever, like finger
Yeah,
not
yeah,
on
yeah.
the trigger,
Yep.
things like that. But just like ready to, pop off if needed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but just like, sort of just all of that in one. But sort of, I feel like that sort of, boils down into like a little bit of resolve. Like we have to maybe do what we need to do.
Mhm.
Okay. Yin or Maya?
Yen has an air of confusion, and it's you can tell it's starting to bubble over a little bit into like a slightly over processing mode of there's just a lot of things and none of it is making sense right now, and I'm trying to do so many things in my brain and there's another thing happening right now. So they're
Frazzled.
frazzled is a great word. Good
Excellent,
word.
Excellent. Maya is tense, nervous, on edge, and seems to be. Probably you notice a lot of glances over to Noreen. Her flashlight's like clicked off, like she's trying to honestly like not take up space. She's in the corner and she is like glancing at Noreen, and there is just this full on tension.
I need everybody to give me an alertness check.
Come on, alertness.
Terrible.
Come
Absolutely
on.
terrible.
60.
78 over 21.
Look.
Bad.
Okay, Maria, what is up with our rolls? I also got a 78 over 20.
Ooh, we're twinning! Let's go!
61 over 40.
Okay, I'm kidding. It's a 5. It is a 5 under 21.
Boom.
All right.
All right.
Okay, you. Now let's.
You all hear one of the. It's like you're in a bathroom and this went off. It's like one of the loudest gunshots you've ever heard, just resonate through the den. Since Maya and Noreen failed their roll and have their guns out of their holsters, they discharged 2 shots.
Rip.
One each. Now,
Sorry.
neither of you were pointing them at each other. It was just a scared shot.
With the safety on and everything.
Yeah, I
was-
wasn't.
I mean, you
wasn't pointing
guys
at
are.
anyone.
Yeah, you weren't pointing at anyone, but you guys are trained. And so, like, when you heard this gunshot, it was like safety click, boom. And so both of y'all let off gunshots. So we'll say one of them into the wall, one of them into the floor. And you're sure, and you didn't even see Professor Yarrow jump until you shot, so you're sure what y'all heard was an illusion. But your gunshots were very real, and any neighbors would have heard that.
Okay.
Just that.
Great.
I also need a. I also need a. Psyche
I'm
check
going
from all of
to.
you.
Do you need a what?
Psyche.
Psyche check from all of you.
Those are D6s, right?
No, you gotta roll
no,
your hundo.
D100
Yeah, you do 100.
under San or Psyche.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
baby.
Success.
34 under 51.
Nice.
Is it my
Yeah.
current?
Yes.
Yeah.
74 under 75.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of close
Terrifying.
calls here today.
So it's the roll under the current, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's not a lot of that going for me, so oh well. It's a 79 over 32. So I've already rolled a D6 for you.
Why is your
Yeah.
psyche so bad? Baby, no.
I started the game with 38.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Oh,
Oh,
Low
ooh.
willpower and delved into the
Oops.
unnatural.
Oh, jeez. I got
I don't need a
49 under
D6 from
73.
you because you didn't have a weapon drawn. So, Yin, you don't lose any.
Great.
Amber, you lose 1 psyche point.
Okay.
Both Noreen and Maya succeeded. Maya, you lose 1 psyche point
Okay.
for the thought that, like, you're good at gun safety. You could have definitely just hurt somebody.
I think genuinely Maya, when that happens, yells out another loud really bubbling of frustration of like fuck down at the ground like at herself.
Yeah. And Noreen, I need a 1d4.
I didn't pass? I
Oh,
got
did
34
you pass?
under 51.
My bad. Then you also lose just 1. My bad. I thought you failed. All good.
I was the only one who actually failed, though.
True. And you see Professor Yarrow like back up into the foyer, like, and he like trips over his own feet and like falls on his butt in the foyer.
Yeah,
Those two
Yen
gunshots just went off.
kind of mirrors slightly, like very quickly, like spins around and takes 2 steps back away from all this gunfire that's just happened behind them. And like shining the flashlight towards the two of you, say, what the hell is that?
Are we the only ones that heard the imaginary gunshot?
No, you all heard the imaginary gunshot.
Yen's just envisioning
Sure,
that
sure.
one of you shot twice.
Sure. Well, Maya's not looking at you. Like, she's just, like, literally staring at the floor, like, trying to just read.
If like Maya's is like, if there were a way for me to recede completely into the ground and have it swallow me alive,
If I could
would
be a
do it
pebble on the
today.
ground right now.
Oh, we can make that happen.
Maya does not put her gun away, which she was hiding by her side. She turns around, calling out to the foyer. Professor, mind seeing if the door opens for you.
Yeah. He goes to open the door, and it opens.
Hold. I hear it, right?
Yeah. He's like,
Book.
yeah, it's
I
open.
book it towards the door.
I look at
Book it towards
Noreen
the-
and I'm like, let's fucking
Noreen's gone.
go.
Noreen's gone. You just, it's like a cartoon. You just see like a dust.
Okay. So y'all two basically run out past the
Or try
professor.
to.
He lets you. You're out the door. You kind of putting, now that you're out the door and the door is open, y'all are kind of putting 2 and 2 together, and part of that gas smell was that you were trapped in the house. So the doors have been able to open since then.
We haven't even tried the
great.
fucking door.
Yeah, man. We were just
We
like,
didn't even
well,
try.
we really said, I guess we gonna die here.
I mean, we tried. It didn't open. Oh god.
We tried this once. Yeah, we tried once and said, well, I guess this is it now.
yeah.
I'm gonna share this one just because it's one of my favorite, but it's the gas smell kind of goes through the house, and if you chill out, the gas will just fade away. If you try to get out of the house, then you find yourself stuck in there and like have to roll sanity and stuff and feel yourself like asphyxiating and everything else.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, this thing just serves you drama.
The
if
worse
try
you
to live.
panic, the worse. It's a fucking finger trap thing.
It's quicksand.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's quicksand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate it here.
Yeah. Well, I watched these two just like whiz past, taking like a step. I take a step back to let them just get out of here.
All the
And I'll-
guns have exited the building.
Yeah. And lets out like a really just exacerbated but like deep sigh, just like a huge breath out, and just gonna like walk back over to where their bag is and shoulder it and look to Amber and say, well, I guess we didn't need plan B then, did we? And I'll head back over to where the professor is.
Yeah, the professor's the professor is like beginning to walk out the door with his, like, the electromagnetic thing is still put together, but like after 2 gunshots and everything, he is not trying to be
He's just
here.
like, I'm
Smart
ready
cookie.
to go.
Yeah, he's smart cookie.
And so he's like a little shaky trying to walk out the door. He's not running, so you can stop him and talk or bash him over the head, whatever you want to do.
No, he's just like, no, we're good. We can just leave. I'm fine with that.
Your plan B is right there. Take him.
I'm not gonna
Um,
kill an innocent person. Jeez.
So, Yen, after you.
I am going, and I hold the door for Amber.
And I just kind of like leave, like taking a kind of a glance backward into the house, but then like I leave, and I kind of try to help the professor with this thing so that he doesn't have to linger there any longer than he absolutely has to.
Yeah, and as you're all kind of standing outside, you feel these like eyes on you again.
I think even though she doesn't want to, Maya, she runs off like jogs off the property, like off the front lawn, kind of stands against the car with her back against it and like just breathes heavily. She holsters her gun and is just like, I hate fucking guns. And then as she's just like breathing and feels the eyes on her, she's going to like look for eyes through any of the windows.
Yeah, you looking at all the windows. No, you don't. I mean, it feels like it's coming from the direction of the house.
So, Yen's still standing at the door and still has the door open.
Okay.
And it's just looking inside. It doesn't have their flashlight out anymore because they need hands to do other things, but is really thinking about that voice that they heard in the spooky dark place. And how they had said something along the lines of like seeking protection from something you don't understand is like something about like cutting off potential or something like that they remembered.
Yep. Very, very similar, yes.
They're gonna look shit. They're gonna look back towards everyone for like a hot second and step back in the house and close the door.
Okay.
With the
Oh, yeah,
professor
here
on
they-
the outside? Just
I
I was helping the professor cart stuff away from the house.
cool.
Yeah, so right now Yin's on the inside of the house. Oh yeah, I hear the door shut. I'll say it's plenty loud enough for y'all to hear that.
What are they doing?
I think that they are feeding their own curiosity.
Noreen,
Amber,
may I have the gun, please?
what are you going to do?
Nothing that I will get arrested for, hopefully.
Give him the gun.
Okay.
I dutifully march back to the front door, which is closed. So obviously, right? And knowing Yen, probably locked it for good measure because this is Yen we're talking about here.
I don't want anyone else to get hurt with my shenanigans. Not this time.
Yen, I know you're in there.
You've probably made it to like the opening of the den, but you can definitely hear this.
Yeah, Yen's just gonna say, you should go home, Amber. You got a lot of stuff to learn.
This doesn't end well. You know this doesn't end well.
Yen nods to themselves, but obviously Amber can't see that.
So you hear nothing back.
Noreen.
Yeah.
I'm giving you 3 minutes and I'm coming through the window. And then you hear me making footsteps away from the house.
Oh my
And I
God.
walk straight up to Maya and Noreen and go, where are they? Because I know that you brought something to burn this house to the ground with. Where is it?
Like you see,
Did
so
we bring
like
things to burn to that down the house.
you see Maya. If Noreen has no clue about this, Maya like looks away for a second. Clearly guilty. But so when you were like up at the house, there was this moment where Maya like turns to Noreen and says, like really quietly, like Noreen, and just kind of like right before you start coming back, she just quietly is just like, they're just satisfying their own curiosity. That doesn't mean that they're going to put this house down.
I'm aware.
And like she's about to say something else when Amber comes running down. There's this like big sigh, and Maya will go round to the back of the car and open up the trunk and like lift up like some cloth that she like threw up over there, and there is like 3 gas canisters full.
Yen isn't going to do it, so we have to, and maybe they will have the good sense to leave the house that is on fire.
Yeah, I think it's actually exactly what I was getting at.
What is fire going to do
Burn the-
besides burn it down? Didn't we learn that it's the land that's the problem?
Well, the thing is that
Well,
it keeps trying to fix itself, right? So doesn't it have something to do with the house?
I am not going to answer the question about what I am going to do if we tried to burn this down and someone comes to stop it, except to say that it will stop them. And we'll see about the forgiveness part later, maybe.
Okay.
Ian, what are you doing? You don't know any of this is going on.
Right. Yen is gonna go back to that circle, clean up any of the parts that were smudged or squiggled or whatever. And is gonna stand and look down at it. And say, I'm here again, and I'm ready to start understanding.
Okay. What are y'all doing outside? I will say probably about another minute has passed because it would have taken Yin a while to kind of clean up that ritual circle before these words came out.
Where's the professor? What are they doing?
If allowed, they would have left. They would have packed everything into their car and left.
Oh.
Can I do a human roll on them before they left to just see if they'll cause trouble? Like, are they just going to like forget about things, or are they going to like drive to the police or some attempt to something weird?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, give me a human. Actually, what's your human? It's like relatively high, right?
Yeah, 50.
Yeah, I'll just tell you straight up. He's super shaken, and you think you could flip a coin to pick out what he's going to do. If he's going to go tell the police, like, let's call it a luck roll. If he's going to go tell the police, or if he's going to just, I'm not telling you to luck roll, by the way, or if he's just going to go forget about all this, because he shares in this interest with y'all. He does not share in real life guns going off near him.
Sure.
So that's what he's actually scared about.
So after kind of like opening the trunk, showing Amber where it is, I like clock the professor getting into their car, and I'm going to look at them and then look to Noreen and just be like, do you want to talk to him, or do you want me to?
I'll go over and talk.
Okay.
Professor,
Yin.
where are you going?
Oh, sorry. I'm just headed home. I don't want any problems.
There's no problem whatsoever. But I do have to let you know that you coming into the house is interfering with an FBI crime scene.
Yeah. Okay, I won't come back. Yin told me I could. Or he says you're like Delta Green name that you've given, but
Yes. Well, they are a rookie and they made a mistake.
okay. I thought I was helping. I understand.
No. And you know what? We appreciate the assistance that you did provide for us. We encourage you not to come back until our investigation is complete. And please don't discuss this with anybody, as this is an ongoing investigation.
Give me a persuade.
My God.
You can roll
Okay.
at a +20.
At a +20, okay. Oh yes, 46 under, I guess +20, so under 80.
Nice. Okay. He like nods his head. He's like, yeah. I won't tell anyone.
Thank you so much for your
I don't want
cooperation.
anything to do with that. And, like, looks to your holster, but there's no gun in it because Amber has it.
We appreciate your cooperation and again for your assistance.
I love how Noreen just became the entire HR department. It was just like it's giving Men in Black white tees over here.
Yeah, where's my little my flasher?
Yeah, and he seems amicable to that and just wants to get away if allowed.
I will get out of his way.
Okay. Yeah, he'll load up into his tiny little Corolla and get out of here.
Not a Toyota Corolla?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't give him the Ghostbuster car.
He's got this little Corolla that he's paid off, and now he can follow his hobbies for no car payment. And get shot at in the tin.
Oh yeah, dream.
I think that, like, unless Amber is talking to Maya, Maya's like by the van watching.
I watched them for a bit and go, well, I guess Noreen has that well in hand, so I think we have like a layout of the house. Yen isn't talking, and I have a very bad feeling about what that means.
Yeah, I think that you're right, Amber. I think that it's a very bad feeling all around, but let me ask you something.
I'm gonna ask, did you hear them?
The voice? Yeah, I heard the voice. And I think Noreen had it spot on. Yen is going to satisfy their own curiosity right now. That's not safe for any of us.
Have you heard of the story of Dr. Faustus?
Yes.
I'm assume no.
I assume I come over at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Nah.
And I just angle my head toward the house.
Okay. With that, we'll jump back to Yin real quick. Yin, you said you're ready to learn.
Yeah. Ready to understand, I think specifically.
Ready to understand, yeah.
Trying to restate what was spoken in the dark times.
Yep. You don't hear anything for a long time. And then you hear this kind of like it's almost like a weak whispering, like in the wind. And you hear, "You're not ready yet. It takes time to be ready."
Well, then how do I learn to become ready? Any hints or clues or something?
Let's see if you even want to. Stop your frets.
Hmm. Yen kind of just nods. And is going to pull. It's gonna pull out the book that had the rituals in it.
Okay.
Is going to pull out the bowl. Is going to pull out the knife. Is going to sit in the middle of the circle and is going to say, how do you feel about making deals?
Outside.
Yep.
Noreen and Maya, and I'm assuming Amber, have begun splashing the house with gasoline.
Yep.
I'm taking particular time to walk around the sides and the back of the house and trying to pick a point that would take the longest time to burn the den specifically, because we know that there's like a garage, a master bathroom. Like, we've walked through enough of the house to have like an idea of the den should be about here.
And we have blueprints.
So, like, if we set this part of the house on fire, hopefully the den will be one of the last things to catch, and again, we'll have time to leave.
For sure.
Maya does no such thing.
Yeah, neither does Noreen. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
No, like we're splashing with gas everywhere, but I'm thinking about where to strike the match while we're doing things.
I will also say that, like, as we start going like around the house, like Maya going off with Noreen in like a different direction than Amber will just say, it doesn't look like we have a choice. I think Yen's made it for us.
Agree. And I think that if they do come out, we're gonna have a bigger problem.
Yeah. You might want to get your gun back. She says it like, not like you, like,
Yeah.
an aside, like just a thought, like you might want to get your gun back. I don't know that Amber
I will.
is going to be quite so willing.
Let me ask a question. Do any of y'all outside have demolitions?
Hold up.
No.
I do not, but I did have a thought.
Okay.
Great.
I lockpick for a hobby. Do I think I
Sure.
can get into the front door?
Probably.
Or like,
I mean, you know that if your goal is to get into the house, the windows probably aren't going to stop you, and that you could pick a lock easily.
Maya's wondering if it's worth trying to get in quietly. Like, never mind.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. So nobody has demolitions.
No.
Okay. That's not a this will not work. That is just for other rules.
I do have criminology, though. At 50.
The crimes of blowing things up.
Well, and I've seen a lot of corpses, so I'm hoping I can use my vague knowledge of burn victims and their stories to
Just
understand.
MacGyver my way
Some,
into
Like
setting
listen,
off
shit.
between the job and like the real crime podcast that I've been listening to, surely arson has come up at some point.
Yeah.
Just a quick aside, I listened to one Delta Green podcast, was like, look, you see murders on TV all the time. I can do it.
It's just like
Technically, I mean,
how hard can it be to just set fire to a building? How hard can it be to burn a building down? It's not hard. You just strike a match, right?
Well, we also saw in the walk-in closet by the master bath, there was like the stuff, right? Like a lot of the the utility closet,
Like
not
linens.
the walk-in closet. There was like, I don't know, gas pump. I will find somewhere.
Oh, you want the house to explode?
Yes.
Boom.
Ah.
Yin, you're sitting as they're still splashing the gasoline in a decently correct way. I'm gonna say it's gonna take y'all at least 5 minutes, and that's like a rushed correct way. That's like y'all are making sure to get it on the walls instead of the grass kind of thing. Like, but y'all are clearly hurried. Yin, you're in the den, and you just hear a low chuckle. You're not powerful enough for a deal with me. It would cost you your life. This voice, the more it, real quick, this voice, the more it talks to you, it's kind of like reverberating through the house. It's like the pressure feels like it's building up in your head, and at this point, you lose 1 willpower point
Hell.
just from being there.
Sick.
Do we hear it at all from the outside?
No.
Okay. Suppose my life is something that is negotiable. Why here? Why this place? What is
You
it
just hear
about
this,
this
like,
place that you like?
Echoing voice. One of many.
Ah.
Do you want to understand?
I do.
You hear the words, then listen. And just this string of incomprehensible words just echoes through your ears. You see flashes of different houses, the culmination of 1,000 to 2,000 different deaths. And as these words just kind of sift out the back of your head, you lose 3 willpower points. And I need you to roll me a 1d10.
Meanwhile, glug 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 glug
Yep,
glug
yep.
glug glug.
We're about there.
It's
5.
Okay. Would you
You
like
missed
to
the spot.
project that psyche loss? If you lose 5 at one time, you will be in fight or flight.
Yes. Can I spread it amongst bonds, or does it have to go all to one?
It has to go all to one.
Okay.
So who are we not being friends with anymore after today?
I'm going to pick the only person that Yen considers a friend, the only person that they've bothered to get close to, Jasper. Because at some point, Jasper told them that they were going to get in way over their heads. Well,
Okay.
we certainly did.
Give me a 1d4.
1.
Okay. Lower your bond score with Jasper by 1, and you lose 4 psyche.
We're dancing on that breaking point, y'all. We're not there yet. We are.
You can also give me another 1d4.
3.
Okay. You can add 3 to your unnatural score. Which, by this, we're bookkeeping for a second here, but by the rules, will lower your max psyche by 3.
Okay. And it reset on mine. Psyche is based off of which stat?
Power. Your max psyche should be 99.
Oh, okay. Oh, it did it anyway. I was like, why is
there you
this?
go.
Yeah. It bumped it down naturally. Great.
Perfect.
Cool. Nice.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, basically the more unnatural that you know of, the less mentally stable you can be, period.
Understandably so.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Okay. This takes a while, though, and y'all are outside splashing the house in gasoline.
Oh yeah. I mean, if we're done, are we done?
Yeah, I'll say both of these probably end close to each other. And say like it's like a 5 minute. Like if it was a TV show, it would be flashing back and forth to each scene, like splashes of gas. Some of the words splashes of gas, yeah, like reeling on the ground. Like,
All right.
mhm.
It's gonna take a second, so we're gonna get started. Maya will grab a lighter. And like as she picks it up, she realizes like it's her lighter, like it's her personal lighter. And she thinks of like the context of this situation, and it like deeply disturbs her. She thinks to like the arguments she's had with Clara because of this lighter. And now she's using it to light this fucking house on fire, knowing there's a person inside. And she's gonna do it.
okay, I need a psyche roll.
Yeah, I figured you'd say something like that. Alright. 33.
That's a crit success. All right, you lose the lowest amount, which is 1 psyche. Stealing yourself to be able to. It's not that you're like actually killing someone. You're not like cold-blooded murdering someone, which is a little easier on your mind. But you are knowing that you're putting somebody in danger.
Yeah, I think the part that like keeps her from directly correlating is the fact that like she's also not 100% sure that this is just gonna burn the house down. So it's just the sort of like, alright, this is fucked up, but 50-50. And she'll like light one of the hedges to start with, like in the front side of the house.
Okay. 3 things happen all at the same time. And I'm gonna put us in initiative.
Oh no. Oh no.
How do we do that again?
I'll do it. Y'all can just tell me your dex score. I don't think there's a place for your character sheet to do it. If there is, that would be great.
I think there is.
I will go into
I'm
threat
looking at
mode.
mine.
I don't see.
But we can roll our decks.
Yeah, I'll just roll a dice.
It's not initiative's not rolling at all.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Why isn't
But it
there,
would
like,
show
there
you
should-
our decks.
There should be a thing here. Why?
It's because it's not rolling, which is probably why. This is a way easier on paper. Each of you tell me your decks. We'll start with Maya.
My dex, the score or the ×5? Do you care?
The score.
9.
Amber.
The pure score?
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. Noreen.
Also a 9.
Yen.
12.
All right. The three things that all begin to happen at once. The house ignites. You hear sirens in the distance. And Yin, you get that same uneasy feeling that you got in the master bedroom. Just like this overwhelming nausea that the pressure, you're underwater, like everything. It starts with what I'm calling the round counter, the world. The sirens are getting closer. We'll say they're probably about 2 rounds out. From what y'all can tell, like, it's really flat land and you can see pretty far. From what y'all can tell, it is 1 set, maybe 2. It's a little blurry how far away it is, but it's 1 set of police lights. It is not like a fire truck or anything.
This neighborhood, is it like a singular road leading up to the house?
Yeah, it's like a singular road, kind of almost into a cul-de-sac type thing further down the road. But
Maya is going to...
oh, hold on, we're in initiative.
Okay, sorry.
If that's okay. I was starting the initiative with the round counter, the world. So Yin, I'll say we're gonna try to make it quick though. Remember, in Delta Green, it's like you basically get 1 move, 1 action.
Mm-hmm.
So just be like, Yin runs to the front door. Maya does this with a card. Like, we're gonna try to snap. So Yin.
Yen is... oh, geez. I think Yen is it's kind of sinking in the extent to which Yen is gone, and kind of understanding the scope of this thing, not even a smidgen, but like more than they did. They know that it's bad.
Yeah, if I can add 1 feeling into that.
Yeah.
At this point, you get the sense that you are little more than, like, not even an ant. Like, you're not even alive to this thing. You're a speck of sand.
Okay. Sick. Okay. From what I remember, this ritual that's in the book takes an hour.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. I think Yen is going to oh god, is gonna grab the knife and the bowl in like one hand, their bag with the other. They're gonna start heading towards the front door then,
Okay.
because there's more than just this house that nobody else knows that there's more than just this house.
Sure. Okay. yeah, you start heading to the front door. We'll say you like get to it, Amber.
I take whatever I'm pouring the gasoline into, like whatever, like when it's empty, right? Like, is it empty at this point? Would that be
Yeah,
like a safe
I
assumption?
imagine y'all emptied it, but feel free to tell me if you didn't.
I'm assuming
Okay,
we
I
also
would say-
put it back in the car before we lit it. The canisters.
Yeah, I was assuming like y'all did the full job, whether that is to burn the canisters or put them back in the car, whatever y'all wanted to do.
Okay. I'm going to light things on fire, and I'm going to walk back toward the front of the house.
Okay. Easy enough. Yeah, a lighter, a match, whatever you have, you set it down in another place, get a second place burning from where Maya set it up. I will need a psyche roll from you as well.
Psyche
knowing
roll.
that Yin is in the house and you are actively setting it on fire.
For the only time, chat, that I have made a psyche roll successfully in this game is doing this. 30 under 31.
Oh my god. The only time you're okay is when you're setting a house on fire.
With another person who
With
just
another
became
human
like myself.
being.
You will, much like Maya, lose one psyche point.
But I had a critical success.
I love the fact that it's just like succeeding at the psyche roll still means
Yeah, still
Succeeding
means
still
this.
means failure.
Yep, some of them for sure. Okay, Amber is doing that, and back to the group/vehicle. Nareen.
Maya, you just threw your lighter at the house, right? Or do you still have it?
I still have it.
Okay. And did you just set it on fire in one area?
I think that at this point, like, we've set it on fire in a way that it can catch.
Okay. Just wondering, because Noreen would have just taken the lighter and gone to a different,
Area.
make sure,
Would that make a difference? Waffles?
I mean, it would definitely get it up in flames faster. Like, I'll say you with your criminology, you know enough about fires that it takes a minute, 2 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes for it to catch. But once it catches, it's really hard to put out.
Yeah.
And so, like, it has to get to a certain threshold of burning the outside of the house and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. I think then in that case, I will just take the lighter and just touch it to a couple more areas on the house, just to kind of help it catch faster. Because we hear the sirens coming in, we want to make sure that it's as unsalvageable as possible.
For sure. Easy enough. Just quick touch, like going down the line. Probably you're walking towards the front of the house right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're walking towards the front of the house. Maya.
Cops coming. It's like you kind of walk up, back up. I'm like, cops are coming. Probably the gunshots though, so this is gonna be news. Time to get our stories straight. You have your badges, and I'm gonna kind of grab my badge, and I'm going to actually jog to the car.
Is there a reason we're not leaving?
Yeah.
They're still gonna see us driving away with them coming forward. So regardless, get your story straight, have your badges. And what I'm going to do is gonna be really funny and stupid, but whatever. I'm going to get into the driver's seat of the car. And I'm gonna be like, let's go. If we're leaving, then let's go. If not, I'm gonna do something a little reckless.
I get in the car.
Okay. Yeah, y'all can get in the car in your next round if that's what you want to do.
I just look. I'm walking past the front of the house at this point to see if Yen is outside. I'm going to tell you ahead of time. If Yen is not outside, I'm getting in the car.
All right.
Would I have been able to start driving though, even if they're not in there?
I'll say you
Just
can get the car
slowly rolling.
started.
Okay.
So like the car started now, you can definitely start driving the next
Perfect.
round counter. The sirens are 1 round away. Yin, you're at the front door.
You're muted.
You're
I'm
muted.
muted. I'm so sorry.
Yep.
You couldn't hear me, and I was asking you what I heard. How ironic that is.
You give me an alertness.
24 over 21.
Okay. You hear sirens in the distance, but that's it.
Okay.
They're loud enough. You don't hear any kind of crackling of fire or anything, though.
Okay. Then I would like to try the front door.
Okay. You try it. It opens.
Oh. Okay.
What do you do?
No, I think there's... Yes. Yen is going to walk out.
Okay. Yeah, you walk out. You see Maya in the driver's seat. You see flames, like you see the light from flames begin, like, licking around the corner of the house. So you can do what you wish with that info.
They like take 2 steps out, and then they, acknowledging the sirens makes sense. They see that the house is on fire, and there's this like moment of severe panic and absolute like cannot believe that they would actually set the house on fire with them inside of it. But they'll I guess start walking. Oh no, they wouldn't start walking towards the car. I think it would just stand on the porch, honestly, for the rest of this, like, round. They would just be absolutely flabbergasted at what the hell these people just tried to do.
Okay. Amber.
This is where I think I would just like round the corner of the house and go, it worked. Also, we should leave. And that, like, there is like literally that pregnant pause of like, it worked, and then you just like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Before I just go,
Yeah, there's for sure
Also-
that look of like, the hell are you talking about?
also, we should leave.
Okay. Yeah. Noreen.
Wait, does Amber go to the car?
Yeah, are you
Yeah, that-
moving at all? Sorry.
Oh, I'm going to like. This is something I'm saying. Like, I took a moment to stop, to pause, to talk to Yen, right? Because I can see them outside now. I'm also like, we should go, and then I gesture toward the car while walking toward the car. It's one of those things like, we should go.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, you head to the car. I'll say that you can get in easy enough with the movement that you have. Noreen.
I hop in that car, baby.
Okay.
I ain't stopping to
Get
talk
in
to
the car.
nobody.
Yeah. Maya.
Okay.
You have currently Amber, Noreen, and yourself in the car. Yin is, we'll say, like, standing on the porch, like, making that, like, waving, like, maybe they're gonna move, maybe they're not. They're definitely not just turned around going back into the house kind of thing.
Yeah, it was definitely a very solid, like, 2 steps out and then just full stop.
Maya looks towards the house and like the flames and a just like stock still Yen, and you just see them through the windshield like shaking their head, and she throws the car in reverse and is going to back out of the street. And it's weirdly, this is my reckless nonsense, but the reason being is that whenever the cops show up, it needs to look like they're headed towards the house.
Okay.
And so she's going to basically back us up in a way that's sort of like, she knows, right, that she can't get she's not gonna be able to drive past the cops at this point, right? There's no way like she can turn away into a different street and not pass them, I'm assuming.
And not unless you went like off-road.
Okay, yeah. So she's going to back up to a place where it's like reasonable, and then stop the car. And so like I'm imagining like we're like a half a street, if not more, away.
Sure.
She opens up her side door, and has her badge in hand. Her gun is
Holstered.
It's sheathed. I heard you say it. It's sheathed.
No, I think actually it's gonna come out. She has her badge like showing like on her, like, you know, like hanging on her neck kind of a deal. And she actually takes her gun out and does that classic cop move of is crouched by the door of her own car as if she was camping this place out.
Sure. Okay.
She's nothing if not dramatic.
Yeah.
I just want to, before you tell me what the world does, I just want to give a quick summary of what this is going to look like in about 5 seconds. There is an FBI vehicle off to one side with a person with a gun standing outside. Cops are coming from the other side, and Yen is just standing in the front of this house that's on fire.
That is on fire.
That's what we're looking at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sick. Solid.
Yep. And Amber and Noreen are inside the vehicle.
Great. I just wanted to make sure my visual was as bad as it sounded, and it is. Great. Good.
It sounds perfect. There's
Sounds
nothing wrong
incriminating.
with it.
Yeah. The world. You see a couple of lights of houses around you begin to flip on. And the cop car comes flying down the street, and when the headlights like hit your car, it begins to slow down a little, and you all make eye contact with police chief Buffington.
Oh fuck, I forgot we knew them. When we went to them, we knew we were FBI, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like throw my hand out and tell them to stop and be careful if I can. Sorry, if that's not my turn.
I mean, that's fine. You do that, and they like slow down, but they do not stop. They keep going to the house. That's what they got the call about. They're gone. They pull up and they make some contact with. I say some contact. They see Yin standing on the porch.
Oh, could I like yell at them as they drive by if they're like all the way, if they're passing us?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is all. It's weird. It's all happening at the same time. Obviously, cars are fast once they get up speed, and you were backing up, but I'm kind of allowing it to happen. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, forgive me, Maria.
Oh, of course.
There's an active shooter. They just stepped out.
Damn.
Okay.
Maya was like, it's not enough that I'm gonna set the house on fire with this asshole in it. I'm gonna make it a cop's problem now.
The core of this is the gunshots did not come from us.
Okay. Yin, give me an alertness roll honestly at a -20. I know you're gonna have to roll a 0-1, but
Wait a minute. There's a question here, but what's the question for?
are we all okay? I think. Are we okay with this decision to throw Yin's character under the bus?
Listen, Noreen threw me under an entire schoolyard full of buses
Listen.
earlier.
Like, I'm just sitting here with this. I'm sitting here with my little yellow triangle, trying to negotiate peace and not.
Oh. I forgot what I was gonna say.
All right.
Are we okay though?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that yellow was a jokey yellow and not a.
Oh no! Like, if we're actually like,
Yeah.
if this is the party consensus, this is like, oof, my feelings. But generally speaking, it serves the story, so we're okay.
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 Cool.
That alertness roll that you needed a 0-1 on.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't even pass it, even if my score was regular.
Okay.
It was a 24.
Over sirens and just the flames beginning to crackle, you don't hear what Maya says.
Well, that's good.
That's good. That's really good.
It wouldn't have changed anything anyway. Yen, it's not the most intelligent move, but Yen has one of two things in their heads. They're going to go with option 1.
Okay.
And potentially do option 2 if that needs to happen. They're going to open the door to the house again.
Okay.
With the attempt to run through to the back den door and off-road, just run from there.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That is the impetus, starting with opening the front door and getting back inside.
Okay. If everyone is okay with it, I am gonna pop us out of initiative because I kind of see how this plays out.
I have a
Alright.
feeling.
Okay. Not how I was expecting any of you to handle this. All right. So Police Chief Buffington stops the car, gets out, weapon drawn. Y'all are seeing this. Tell me if you are or not, but I imagine y'all are coming up at this point because if y'all left, it would be really weird.
I want to
You
leave.
just are like,
I mean, you can.
Bye.
I'm not stopping you.
I'm just vibing in the car. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, here, I'll set out the real everything for you. He's seen your faces.
Mhm.
He knows your fake FBI names,
Mhm.
and that's it, really. It would be, you both know, or all three of you know, it would be nearly impossible, especially if Delta Green had your back, for him to find you. They don't have facial recognition in Lander. He's seen your face, so just don't see him ever again in your life. And this isn't me telling you to run, but you would know that is a possibility.
No, that's
Oh yeah, but
important.
also I'm never coming back to this town, so it's fine.
If that's the case, then Maya, like, getting back into the car to drive, whatever direction, will, when the door's closed, hand, like, poised on the gear, just, like, in a disconcertingly low calm voice goes, "Do you want to engage, or do we get the fuck out of here?"
Got it. Sorry. I'm like, I don't know what to do here. I don't want to leave Maria, but also this kind of plays out perfectly.
I think it's beautiful and poetic and delicious. Follow your heart, baby.
Yen is gonna become the BBEG.
Oh, 100%. 100,000%. You think the dark man is just this thing? And no. Yen's gonna be the next dark person.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I think
so.
Noreen's just gonna say, I think we should let the local Leos handle it. This is in our jurisdiction.
Well, there are only two options, and we got 2 seconds, so here we go. Option 1, we get out. We are the only people that he's seen. He knows we're doing an investigation. We place Yen under arrest, quote unquote. and we take them with us, or we let them arrest her and Delta Green does what Delta Green does.
We saw Yen run through the house, like run back into the house.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh wait, Yen ran back into the house?
Yeah.
I did.
I think
And
that's.
then
I'm-
I kind of, and like this is the thing, right? I'm like, my character is just in the car trying to keep calm because like these are things that we have practiced because it makes for problems when we don't.
Yep.
And then kind of looking back while I'm talking to you and realizing that Yen is not there and has gone back into the house that we have quite literally set on fire. So it's like, well, I guess we only have one option now. Never mind.
Yeah, and I think seeing Yen kind of run back into the house solidifies Maya's decision because Maya doesn't know that Yen is running out. Maya thinks Yen's chosen the house again. And,
That's a fair assumption.
Wait,
backs
wait,
up
That's a
with the
fair.
quickest,
That's a fair assumption.
with the quickest, like, space for a U-turn. Maya backs up. Kay turns whatever she needs to and leaves.
Okay. You hear just like the most, you can't even make out what it is, but the most distant yelling from Police Chief Buffington. Imagine he's telling you to like not leave this scene, but you know, you can't hear what he's saying.
I turned the music up. I just turned the like whatever radio station is playing right now is gonna haunt Maya's dreams, but she turns it up.
Welcome to the jungle.
Oh, I was gonna be like, it's life is a highway.
Oh, there you go.
My mind went to Sweet Caroline, so like we're all in
All
it.
good
We're
choices.
I love
Ba,
this so
ba,
much.
ba.
All right. Y'all take off. I'll get back with y'all in a second. Yen.
Hi. Hello.
Phew.
I'm the problem child, and you're welcome.
The thing is, you said there was an active shooter.
The thing is, you made this arson problem an even worse problem.
No, it's. I'm playing through the logic in my head here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, and I actually want the players to corroborate with me. I'm not sure a police officer runs into a burning house for an active shooter.
I don't think so.
That's,
I think
Yeah,
it's
I
a
I think that's
safety thing.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they would save people, but I don't think they would run after an active shooter.
Yeah, I think it's just they know. First of all, it's a house for sale that they know is empty. There's nobody living there.
It should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they saw like a person actively choose a person standing at the front porch who is supposedly designated an active shooter run at the sight of police. To me, that's like, okay, that's the one person that just ran into the burning building.
That's what I think too. Okay, so plays out slowly. Yen, I do need a athletics check.
Very bad. 86 over 30.
Okay. Kind of running through the house, we'll say you like bump into one wall. The door handle is hot from them lighting it on the outside. You take a total of 4 points of damage from like different cuts, bruises. You burn the palm of your hand.
What is
You
that?
said 4?
Yeah, 4 HP.
Great.
Okay, for
Yeah,
context,
hit
because people
points
are
are-
not familiar with Delta Green.
Correct. Hit points don't exist in Delta Green,
Yeah,
basically.
they're like, you're a human. You have like, I think some of the most
I have 9.
buff. Yeah, some of the most buff
Yeah, I think we
people
all-
have
I
like
think-
12.
We have, yeah. Most of us have
If
9.
someone whispers too loudly at you on a moonlit night, you might die.
You can
Yeah.
literally die from emotional damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the way I'm looking at it, like you are you know the police just came up, you're rushing through this house. Your plan's to get to the back door, but it's dark, it's smoke filled. You like bump into this wall, that wall, like knock down a vase, cut the bottom of one of your feet. You grab the doorknob, burn the palm of your hand, and you're out. You take off through the backyard. Not sure if anyone saw you, but you're not shot at, you're not stopped, you're not called out to. And from what y'all see, not that any of y'all stick around very long, the house is up in flames. Like, pretty good. Like, parts of the roof are beginning to cave in. Well, even if your characters don't see this, feel free to ignore this, but this is like what the camera sees. Parts of the roof are caving in as a fire truck is finally beginning to roll up. Because this is a small town of Lander, and while they're on call, they're like on call in their houses, because I know that's how my stepdad used to do it. So. Yeah. So, I'm going to go through real quick. We're not going to have our full downtime wrap up. What I am going to go through, though, is I want to know where each of your characters' like initial decision to go is, because obviously I don't think you're going back to the motel.
I think if the timing works out, we go immediately to grab our things. If we don't,
from the motel.
Yeah, like assuming they're going to be at the situation for a couple of minutes, we have at least a couple, and not that they knew where we were staying either. So it's kind of just immediately keep the car idled, go in, grab evidence of anything that they could find my stuff like outside of this fake identity.
Yeah.
And leave.
Okay. Noreen, Amber, y'all on board with that?
Absolutely.
I would volunteer myself to go just because, I'm the person who just like runs everywhere and does things. We're probably able to take like the stairs, like 2 stairs at a time, getting to our hotel and carrying stuff.
For sure.
Yeah,
y'all. Go ahead.
Noreen's actual car is at
also there.
The hotel, right? In the car ride, I would just confirm mission's over, right?
I think that it's about as over as it can be.
Who's gonna call him?
I don't know.
I can call. And probably like that's as much as Maya goes, and then like when we grab our things, Maya actually looks over at Noreen and says, "Mind if I hitch a ride?"
No, Noreen says, extremely blurry because my camera doesn't want to focus right now.
It's as blurry
It's our
as
mental
your
state.
emotions are. Yeah.
Okay,
There you
there we go. Yeah, sure. Where am I taking you?
Well, I'm assuming you want your car out of here, right? So
Well,
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
but I mean,
I'll find a flight later, just not here.
okay. Amber?
We're gonna leave the van here.
Nope. When we're like at the hotel, I throw you the keys.
Well, it's a good thing I just got my driver's license.
Just gonna
Boy,
wee
you know what?
baby.
We're gonna have to unpack that later because we need to go now. Don't die.
Good luck, kid. Like Maya has intent of just parting ways. Like Maya does not. She knows Noreen. She doesn't know Amber. Mission's over. She wants to get this. She wants to get as far away as possible from the mission, which includes, unfortunately, Amber.
I'm just gonna GPS. I'm gonna GPS my office and take the FBI van and just drive toward the office.
Okay. Easy enough. Yin. It can be vague. You don't have to give me a specific spot, but
Yeah.
like
Well,
you just... Go ahead.
Yen is booking it back because their car is also at the hotel.
Okay. Give
So that
me.
it's gonna take them a lot longer to get there than it's gonna take y'all to do all your business because you drove. Yen is running in like back roads.
Yeah. Give me a Constitution score check.
58 over 50.
Okay. By the time you get there, there are the place is lit up with police lights. Then, I mean,
Okay.
feel free to walk up if you want, but you know it's not a good idea.
Okay.
Sorry, it's just the way you said it. Like, if you want to, like.
Yeah.
I am not attempting to stop y'all from doing anything. We can make a cool story out of anything.
Yeah.
But Yin's
Just like,
character,
we
would know this
we
is
can
not
make
a
a cool
good
story,
idea.
but
Quick,
there may be some wrong options here. There might be
Okay,
incorrect
yeah.
there's a couple of these thrown on the road. The
Okay.
question I have for Amber, because Noreen and Maya bunked in our room, and we probably like fucking cleaned that out and put it all in the car and whatever mess it was. Did Amber take Yen's stuff out too?
I would have taken everything in the room. Everything in the room.
Walks out with
Bed
hotel
sheets,
towels.
towels,
Y'all's room was the one where we like
Fine.
planned it all in. Like has
Yeah.
no
Fine leather goods, right? Like we're taking it all.
The safe.
Boom.
I would have taken everything that the room did not come with. Because like on the logic of, I do not know why Yen ran back into the house. I do not know if they're going to live. I do not need anything coming back to the FBI to prompt an investigation. And I definitely don't, I'm pretty sure that there are no Delta Green people near here. So it's not like they could come and clean this up. So I just took everything in our hotel, in our room that does not belong to the hotel.
After my stuff is in the car, I will actually help this a little. And is there any, Yen, did you leave any notebooks or anything of else personal aside from like, you know, clothes?
Yeah. You would probably find a couple of notebooks, maybe like a small like journal or something. And also Yen's tarot deck. It's like, you know, their clothes and stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to grab some of those things with some clothes, throw it all together, and like, you know, go take it to the car, Amber's car, like the FBI van now, to help, but those things don't end up in the FBI van.
Okay. And then you show up and the place is lit up like a murder scene. It's already taped off. You see your car with all the doors open.
Sick. Excellent. Okay. This town doesn't feel big enough to have like Uber, right?
Not at
I mean,
this
you
time
could
of
get
the
one.
morning,
It's just,
we wouldn't.
yeah, you can probably get one, but it would be very expensive. Is what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Okay. Well. Where is Yen gonna go?
Well, I die.
Well, I guess I'll die.
I guess.
No, I'm trying to think of anyone that they interacted with in this town, and they did not, except
Yeah.
for what are the odds that I remember Professor the professor's phone number.
Give me an intelligence check.
I have to say I am like pretty sure you called from
I
your
did, but I
phone.
don't know. I don't. Oh, well then no, because the number would have been in the.
You have your own Delta Green phone,
Right.
so couldn't you
But
just?
the number was in the burner phone.
Oh yeah, damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have
Okay.
had to remember. No. I 100% like. So I stopped rolling. I was like, wait, did I? 20 under 80
Okay.
or 70.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you remember it.
I will call up the professor.
Okay.
Come scoop me up, bitch.
Yeah.
He answers. What?
I have some answers, but I need a ride.
Here, a
Everyone
long,
else is gone.
Long, like 5-second pause. Okay, where are you?
I'll tell them to like meet me like a couple miles outside of, like past the motel place.
Okay.
And start like as I'm talking, I'm gonna start walking that direction as like out of. I take my hat off and I put it in my bag so that that's a little less conspicuous. But I'll try to go as like in betwixt buildings or houses or trees or whatever to get to be as less visible as possible.
Yeah, and I'll say easy enough, especially with the super commotion going on in 2 different places for a small town. Like, you can be unseen at night. It is very cold. It is hard to get there. It's a chilly night. Probably feels colder to you than it should because of the encounters and almost being burned alive and
Have you a little bit of burns on your hands?
yeah, burns on your hands and
Yeah.
a piece of vase sticking out of your foot. But you make it, and Professor Yarrow picks you up. And the last thing we see for now is y'all driving off down a road. We pick back up the next day. Maybe 2 days, maybe a week. It's hard to tell how much time has really passed. But we just see 3, 4, 5 things plastered against the camera, against the TV screen. It's a newspaper. Fire in Lander, Wyoming. Active shooter in Lander, Wyoming. FBI investigation, question mark. And then it appears on like a small, not a small town. It's not like ABC News, but it's also not like local Lander news. So like Wyoming State News or something. And we see more headlines. Anton Tour. Dead body? Question mark. We see what was it called? You store it, closed down. These headlines just pop. Everything that's kind of been the fallout. Some more time passes. I'm gonna do this just because it's in the book and it's a little more wrap up. But some more time passes. It's been 4-6 months. And through whatever version of media and wherever y'all are checking up on it, or maybe Delta Green lets you know, like, whatever reason, you all catch wind in your various separate places. The house is being rebuilt. And I need a psyche roll, because you know this is going to happen again.
Fuck.
The best damn psyche roll I've ever rolled. It's a 7. Under 69.
Woo.
Nice.
Nice. And on the other hand, also pretty damn good psyche, because this is the first time with a 96 I have failed a psyche roll.
Mm.
Okay.
It's the
inverse
opposite of
nice.
nice.
It's the inverse
yeah.
nice.
It's the inverse nice.
No.
Also, 67 over 30.
Yeah.
This is also pretty sick. 69 over 50.
Oh.
I love.
Sheesh.
Can we talk about how fucking poetic these rolls are? Can I just say the one person who should have died in that fucking house is like, all right.
Well, they were
Everyone
ready.
else, fucking rocked.
Yeah.
Maya has been hoping and like begging internally in her own mind to not ever see that exact headline, because she knew and was just hoping above all else to never run across it. So when she does, it shakes her to her core. Do I have to roll?
I will say, as an aside, Yen would have got a hold of someone and like some way to get a hold of the handler and told them, hey, there's more of these houses, and told them as much as they could have about.
Sure. Yeah. I imagine a lot else has gone on in these like 4 to 6 months that we're
Yeah.
really quick fast forward, and it's just a psyche
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yin, you lose 1 point. Everyone else, I need you to roll a 1d4.
That puts me at my breaking point.
Wait a minute. Hold on. A 1d4
Yeah.
for fail. Oh, for okay.
I was 1 point away from my breaking point, by the way, that entire time.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 3 out of 4.
Wait, was that a 1d4? I rolled the wrong thing.
Syrup's like 19.
Roll a D100. Damn, that's a 99?
I got a 4.
Sheesh.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3, so that brought me down after, like, I think I lost a point, and then I lost a point, and now I lost 3. Is that a breaking point?
No, your breaking point should be listed on your
Oh,
sheet.
okay.
Otherwise, you have to lose 5 in one go.
In one go.
Yeah, fair?
Breaking point. 'Cause
Okay.
mine is
Hey!
at 48. I love and hate just how, like,
You and me again, baby.
parallel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do either of y'all want to project, or any of y'all want to project? I should say. You always have the option, so I gotta ask.
Let me just ask a clarifying question. Breaking point is when you hit 0 on that? Or
No,
it's
the
just when
breaking
you
point-
match it?
The breaking point is when you match it, and it automatically changes it to your
Yeah, yeah.
next breaking point.
That's why
Yeah.
I was asking. I do want to project. Because
Okay.
no.
Okay.
I'm gonna project on my therapist again. Because that's what I pay them for.
Okay.
Your therapist's gonna fire you.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
That's how that
give-
works. Yeah.
Give me a 1d4 real quick.
Okay.
I have a question about breaking points. Right.
Yeah.
This, it sounds silly asking this question since I'm not gonna have to know the answer. But if you have a breaking moment, do you like? It's either bonds or you do what?
Okay, so bonds, you can only project points. When you you're gonna reach your breaking point eventually. It's just kind of part of the game. And when you finally do, you will erase one of your motivations and replace it with whatever disorder me and you come up with that we think that got caused because of that break.
What do you do if you have like a motivation that's already a disorder?
You can't erase a disorder if it's an actual disorder. If it's just a motivation that's kind of worded like a disorder, we can talk about it.
oh, there's a thing that says motivation / disorder on the sheet, and I'm just like, all of these are motivations because I didn't know that there was a drop down option where you can click motivation or disorder on the sheet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we're supposed to set it up with all motivation. That is correct. And then we change it to disorder when this happens.
Okay. What did you roll? Fair.
4.
4. All right. Well, you take no psyche damage, and you can reduce your therapist bond by 4.
Yay! Sorry, therapist.
It's the thing of the therapist constantly having to do this thing right here. Hands on the desk as you just go. So.
It's absolutely that, like, so what do you do when you're stressed and they say, like, add to cart, and they say no. That's not what you do.
So what did you do this time? I almost
like,
burned a house down with someone in it.
They're fine, though. I think.
It depends if they ever contacted you. You probably think they're dead.
Yeah.
Maya, do you want to project or no?
I was going to, but I actually don't think I will. I think this is, in a weird way, Maya, like, takes it on in a very, like, self-deprecating kind of way because she reads the headline and feels like it's deserved.
For sure. And then Yen, do you plan to project your 1 point or no?
No, because I have an idea for a disorder.
Perfect. That is stuff we can take care of next time. With that, music from a darkened room.
Can I give a little taste of what it is, though?
Yeah,
This is like a final vignette. So, this kind of, I think, isn't really, I don't think it was brought on because of this headline. This was just the tipping point. As Yen has been absolutely driven to obsession over what this entity said to them. And is like panning into whatever like little flat or apartment they're staying in right now, wherever they happen to be, which is not anywhere near home.
Yep.
Is like a conspiracy board on the every surface of esoterica and all sorts of stuff. So I want to change the thrill of discovery motivation to the compulsion of obsession, or the obsession of discovery. I should clarify, because it's an issue now. It's a problem
like
now.
it. Yep.
It's really good.
Okay. I like it a lot. Do it. Not what I was expecting from any of y'all.
I lied. It's the obsession of understanding, because
Okay.
That makes sense. That's good.
then it's a full circle.
Yep. That makes sense.
There's
I'm glad we got to talk it out, though, about if he would run in the house or not, because if he did, he has a gun, you don't.
Oh, that would have been bad.
You would have. I fully believe Yin would have either had to stop or be shot.
Yeah.
Or a shot, I should say shot at. It's not 100%. He's going to hit, obviously.
yeah.
But yeah. Thank y'all.
Holy moly. That was not the direction. I said it in chat, I'll say it right now. Of all of the things I was expecting, it was not this, but it was so good. It was so good. Thank you, Maria, for letting me treat you like that.
I was an issue. I knew I was going to be when I came into here, and y'all just embraced me, the player, and shat on my character in the best way possible. I hope I never see any of you again in character.
Yes.
Well, depending on when you find me, here's
Oh,
the
except for
problem.
Amber. You will get a text message, Amber.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I will, because I will also, like, if you text me, your response is going to be a picture, and it's just going to be a picture of all of your stuff that I have.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, Maya wasn't sure if they were alive or dead, and so it's great. No, good. Nobody. It's fine. Everything's great.
It's very good, because Yen
you're-
does nothing to confirm it with either of the two of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just with Amber.
Bold of you to think Noreen cares.
Yeah, for real though.
Your tarot, your
Anyway.
journal, and your tarot deck go in like a tin box or like a shoe box that just gets like thrown under Maya's bed or something. Like
Oh, those
some
become cursed
corner.
items immediately.
They
Because-
stress her out, but she still looks at them sometimes. And then very particularly, she also calls when she gives her report, and she does very like purposefully, quietly say to the handler that she believes Yen is compromised.
Okay. Like, I
Oh.
will ask you
Delicious.
what type of compromisation. Like, so you know that in Delta Green world there is a word called a specter, and that is you thinking that they are compromised by the unnatural itself.
Yeah, I do think they are, because of the words that Yen said where they have done that ritual before and it has happened to them before.
Okay.
They lost in the sauce, handler. They are lost
Yeah.
in the sauce.
Because
My
at its-
sauce is everywhere. It's on the floor.
I think
Oh,
at its
God.
core, like the training that Maya remembers is like, number one, subdue. There is no winning the unnatural. There is just keep it out of the public, subdue it, don't let it, out. And in Maya's eyes, as soon as and I think full disclosure, I don't think this is all Yen. I think this is 100% Maya convincing herself at a certain point at her own decision making, but she looks at it as soon as Yen kind of not only went back into the house the first time, but the second time, she viewed that, especially the first time though, she viewed it as they would rather know than keep things safe. And that's the opposite of Delta Green.
Okay. I like it.
I can neither confirm nor deny what you said, but I am bouncing.
No, Maya has
I'm just
some
sitting here
deep-seated
thinking.
issues now.
I have absolutely had to, because we said that earlier. Bonds with my uncle may have. Did I? Nope. Apparently not. I just went, okay, I will just absorb all that. So I am going to have
Yeah.
to spend however much time talking to a psychotherapist, because like I just come back like not having said anything for a while, and when I talk to Uncle Donnie again, I just look at him and I just solemnly say to him, well, I didn't ask a question. And his next, and his very, he hears that, and his next thing to do is, I have already figured out how to make arrangements. You are going to, go to, psychotherapy, and you're going to spend some quality time there.
Yep.
Amazing.
Shoo. What a story.
I have to also give super, super kudos, because this is Waffles' first time handling for Delta Green.
Handling all of us.
all of us.
Yeah.
It's my first time playing
Not
Delta
that-
Green.
Not that we could tell.
It's true. I think I know it is not Maria's first time playing Delta Green.
It is not. So can I spoil it for the audience as well, and why I chose the character I did, and the way that I played my character the way I did?
almost want to say no. I think what we could do is we
Okay.
could maybe do some interviews afterwards, and we can
Yeah,
go
yeah.
into some of these.
Yes,
things.
I would love to spill the beans.
Absolutely. I'm curious too, but it's like delicious. And then Fair, have you played Delta Green before?
I just did a one shot and I like didn't know any of the mechanics or anything.
Absolutely. And then, Sin, have you played before?
This is not even have you played the game. Have you even heard of the game? Like, I had not heard of Delta Green until y'all were just like, hey, we should play Delta Green. And I'm like, what is this? And now I have like a whole set of books and
You
slip
want the
covers and
slipcase,
stuff.
Yeah, you
over here.
do.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Yeah, I want, okay, very, very quick yes or no from everybody. Would you play Delta Green again?
Oh yeah.
That is one of those things where like that depends on the group of people that you're playing with for sure. Like I would play with y'all 100%, but like generally speaking, it's one of those who all gonna be there
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah, Delta
Yeah.
Green's one of those games for sure.
It
Yeah,
is-
I was. Oh, sorry. Oh, I was just gonna like Sin and I are on the same page in this. Like, it's definitely one of those games that can like get really serious and touch upon like very sensitive subject matters, and I would want to make sure I was at a table where I trusted everyone. Luckily, this table I was at a place where I trusted everyone, and like we had a lot of like before we even started the game, like weeks of talking about safety tools and whatnot. So I felt comfortable, even though I hadn't played with some people before. I felt comfortable coming here because of all the precautions that were taken. Over other people, I'd be like, again, who all gonna be there?
Precautions that were taken and were used. Like y'all saw the amount of
Yes.
check-ins we did during this episode, like by itself. But it's
Yeah.
just like vibe checks beforehand. Are y'all in a good mental space to be able to handle stuff today? Yes, no. If no, we don't have to do things. We can pivot stuff and all of that. And being able to see all of that like actually happen in the course of this game was like a wonderful thing, because like depending like even a story like this one could just be like, like you tell the story to the right person on the right day and they could fuck them up, like you don't it's so
Yep.
you have to be careful with that. So like
Yeah.
would I play this game? Absolutely. But who all gonna be there, and who made
Who
the
gonna be
potato
there?
salad, because we can't
I
eat
was gonna
everybody's
say
potato
the
salad
same
in this
thing.
house.
I was gonna say the same thing. You cannot eat everybody's
Everybody's
food.
potato salad.
Okay.
You can't.
Yeah, it's one of those fine lines, and like I don't want to use the word like goofy, but I don't have a better word. So it's like one of those odd games that it can be too serious, but it can also be too jokey, and you have to find the middle, because if it's either, it's just not a good game, I don't think,
Yeah, it's
and not healthy for the people at the table.
it's a very sensitive game, covering sensitive topics. It fills me with joy to hear that y'all felt safe to play with us. I'm so very grateful. We champion safety tools loud every single time, whether it's a Delta Green game, whether it's a Pathfinder game. I think that it's critical for the comfort and enjoyment of what we do. I think it makes the show better, and I think that it's also a responsibility as content creators to also make it as safe as accessible to the audience as well. Players, of course, come first in my mind for that, but we are doing this publicly, and therefore we also have that responsibility. So I'm just ecstatic to hear that it worked, that we're doing things somewhat well. If anybody ever has safety tools that they come across that they really like and want to add to the pile, please always let us know.